Hi, everyone. I hope you and your friends and family had a great Independence Day. Here in Canada, we don't celebrate that. We celebrate Canada Day, whatever that is. But yeah, it's July 4th, 6:37 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have futures trading slightly higher. What I want to bring your attention toward are these A6s, which is basically a TTM squeeze on the daily time frame. We have the Kelvin channels and the Bollinger Bands contracting in the stock ticker GME and Tesla. Okay, that's a big one. And then Zoom, that also has a TTM squeeze on the daily time frame. So basically, Bollinger Bands and Kelvin channels are contracting. And then also with the time frame, the 78-minute time frame, that's the time frame that I prefer going into on my day trades and swing trades. We also have the NASDAQ that's also scanning on the 78-minute Adobe Coin, GME. So we have redundancy in GME, Microsoft, MicroStrategy, Roku, Shopify, Tesla, so redundancy again, and Twilio. If we go over to the internals, we can see that the internals were slightly close to hitting the sell the F and rip, but then on Sunday the futures dropped a little bit and is now recovering, forming a daily doji at the moment. And I think tomorrow, if the UVol DVol volume holds above zero, then I think we're going to have a pretty strong Tuesday. At the moment, with the VIX trading under the 6-day moving average on Friday, and Thursday, it was trading with volatility, chopping around the 6, and then finally kind of closing under the 6 on Friday, going into Monday and Tuesday. We see that the VIX is now trading under the 6-day moving average. So, like I mentioned before, Tesla does have an A6, and it's got this doji. Its previous doji on Friday was the swing low, probably a pit bull low going into Tuesday. And I think the last time we had a long weekend, we had Tesla moving up 10%. So this is something that could happen. I think they had some production news. I don't know if it's going to gap down or gap up, but it is a squeeze, and there's earnings coming up in July 20th. So I think we got a pretty good shot for a run up to 788 by July 18th, assuming the market opens for Tesla higher at 680, at least at 684.5. Here's the Wolf Wave. So the Wolf Wave complements the 78-minute TTM squeeze on the NASDAQ futures. However, it is still trading under the 6-day moving average. So we're not really sure if this is a beginning of a trend lower or a trend higher. This is a bullish entry, and it does look like it's rolling over, right? And taking out the stop loss that was defined on the bullish entry there back on June 16th. So, if this pops and then drops, then it kind of rolls over sometimes. But if the momentum, like news, geopolitical news, or anything that relaxes the inflation or interest rate talks, then maybe we get a little rally into in the mid, I guess, what is it, midsummer. Okay, so we have something to look forward to, especially if the NASDAQ closes above the 6-day moving average. Now, if I move over to Tesla, Tesla has also a doji. It did have a bullish wolf wave, but it's disappeared. And now you can see we have another setup with Tesla purple Ds making higher lows. We did recognize that this was forming a wave 135 setup. So it is technically still in a wave 3, but the wave 3 is pulled back, but hasn't invalidated its previous low, right? So if this low was lower than this pivot, then the wave 3 would have been invalidated. So we have a doji there, and it's closed above Thursday's close, and with news and a gap there and an A6. There is a shot that this wave 3 is still intact, especially with the TGF that triggered. So this is the wave 1, 2. So 2 hasn't really been making a lower low, right? So it's still holding up. So we're in the process of in a 3, and it's kind of like maybe moving toward a double top first to the top of the Darvish channel at 793, all the way up until maybe July 25th. So yeah, we have, and that would be a double top. Because when we look back here, you can see that Tesla on the Thinkorswim Wolf Wave formulation actually showing that the apex is pointing toward a target to 821 by July 7th. So I don't know if that's a pretty aggressive target, because the move, the magnitude of the move from here to here is 20%, and usually the average move is around 4.5. And then if you get, like last long weekend, we got a 10% move. So it is not out of the question. 10% would take you close to the 50-day moving average. That would make sense. And if the news is really positive, I don't know how the market's going to look at it. But then if the market is also positive and the Tesla news is also good news, then Tesla could run up to 822 within 2 to 3 weeks. So you want to I will probably look into getting some contracts. Probably tomorrow open and have a staggered position into weeklies and then contracts for next week, trying to catch that 821 move that's expected to make that move by July 7th. Looking at NVIDIA and the semiconductors have been getting destroyed, and it's, there's a lot of gaps that it could fill. But tomorrow it looks like if the futures, NASDAQ futures remains green, then we've got a mean reversion trade all the way back to 157. Zoom is another A6, and this one, yeah, I'm not really sure exactly, but its next major moving average is obviously the 200 with an A6, and there's clearly a gap down here at 77. We don't know if we're out of the woods yet with the sell-off. That's because we have the NASDAQ still trading under the 6-day moving average, right? So, what could happen potentially is that the market starts to rally while everyone's sleeping right up to the green dot, and then when the market opens, while the pre-market's all green, then the market would start to sell. The selling algorithms will start to come in and push it all the way back down and close maybe as a bearish engulfing candle. That would be the bear case. If it's the bull case, then the bulls would try to push price above the 6-day moving average and close it there. And if it closes there, then we could see the beginning of a summer rally. Okay, so yeah, and then GME, let's take a look at that because that also has an A6. GME, yeah, it looks like there's lots of resistance at that 200-day moving average, but keep in mind there is a purple D. So if GME is not able to get above that 6-day moving average at 126, 126.22, at least the 129, then that would mean the price would probably stay under the 6-day moving average and then roll over and do a double bottom there. And that would sell off potentially down to, if we use a Fibonacci extension from this leg, that would take us to $44 once it breaks through that support level that's modeled with the Darvish channel. Then the 1272 44.68 would be the target. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, I have Amazon. I had a couple contracts expire worthless last week, but I do have Amazon. So the Amazons has, you can see the purple D. Okay, so it had every reason to make a lower low here on Thursday. On Friday, it actually, let me just turn off this algorithm here. On Friday, it kind of looks like a bullish engulfing candle, but it didn't get quite above the 6-day moving average. So that is key tomorrow. If it opens up above 109.8 and then has enough momentum, let's see if there's any momentum on the 78-minute time frame. Yeah, so the momentum looks like it's kind of triggered after hours, right? And then there's the previous high, the recent high here at 118. So that would be that would be the first level of where I think I would want to take profits on Tuesday. So I have contracts in Amazon. I think it was the 119. I haven't opened up my account yet. I can't remember. It's 119 or 120. And I'm looking for a run up to 117 to 118. That's where I'll be closing off around 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. All right, so that's the update for now. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see everybody tomorrow morning.